Alright, so let's trade the Betfair pre-race horse markets. I make these videos here to illustrate one key point. If you want to be a successful trader, you have to learn the basics. You have to understand why you're making mistakes. You have to understand why the markets are moving against you. And you have to start with small stakes. Because if you cannot trade profitably with £2 stakes or £10 stakes, you will never be able to trade with £50 stakes or £100 stakes. So if you're a beginner, you have to start small and you have to understand how and why the market moves, all right? So I trade live, so I do hum and haw, and I do miss certain opportunities because trading live and recording and talking to you is difficult, okay? But I do my best to try and illustrate to you why the market moves and how it moves, okay? So we'll jump in now and do some trading. Okay, so Wolverhampton, two short price favourites here. They're obviously going to be bouncing off each other. So at this point here, let's see what we can do. It's not a big field. You can see they've all got very large traded ranges here, so you know, these types of races can be quite volatile. So I'll wait and see what happens here now. You can see the second favourite is taking money and is coming in a bit. So yeah, like I said, these types of races are tricky because they've got two horses there, basically the exact same price. You know, if you get on the wrong side, you know they do move pretty quick. You can see here, you know, it just jumps like 4 or 5 ticks there in the space of a second. So if you do end up on the wrong side of these, then it does sting pretty quick. You can see here, this is moving very fast. So these ones here are very tricky, but I think I might jump on the back side of this one here. It does look like it's going to keep coming in. I'm just waiting for a bit more confirmation. I'm looking at where the money's being matched. And I'm also looking at if there's more lay money coming on the favourite here, or the old favourite. So yeah, so you can see I'm glad I waited. I was waiting for a confirmation, and you can see it didn't come, and it's drifted off. So at this point here, I might change my mind and actually lay this one here, because I feel this might be the start of a new trend here. It might start actually drifting off. And the old favourite here is definitely drifting. So you see these ones here are difficult. I cannot get an accurate read on what I feel here because it's too volatile, and yeah, these ones are very, very tricky. And like I said before, you know, if you're not sure, then don't trade. Simple as that. Like there's no point trading just to be trading. If you're not entirely sure, then don't trade. The one thing I do feel comfortable doing though is scalping this third horse here, because this one is fairly settled. And given the volatility of these two here, I do feel this one's more likely to come in than it is to drift at the moment. You can see now this third one here is going past the threes, and the third figure is crashing down to sixes. I will lay this third favourite here. Because I'm doing this because this favourite here now has passed the 3 mark, and it's unlikely to continue at this point, because this is a very good point for people to back it. And obviously the traders will be jumping on this chance to back this now, because that's quite, you can see that, you know, it's straight there. And equally this one, there's also a portion of threes. So I will put in 2 exit points here. Just try and give myself a bit of green space here on the left hand side. Hopefully that gets taken. Oh, no, it's not. I will hold this position here because I do feel quite comfortable that this was not going to pass through the 6. You can see the first one's been taken there. And also the 4th one here is also coming in. You can see that this is also taking money, so I'm quite comfortable in leaving this here. So I will put in. I was going to put in another scalp here. I'll probably just put in another scalp here, just because I do feel this is going to keep trickling up and down here. But with only 60 seconds on the clock, you know, I do need to try and exit here fairly soon. I'll do 1 exit here. And you can see things are just leveling off now, and they're not really moving much. And I will take this one away now because it's too close to the off. They are beginning to load as well. So, you know, at this point I'll drag this down here and see if I can get that filled before the last few seconds. I probably need just to scratch this off now because they're loading very fast and there's a very small field. There we go. So again, I can leave that and hopefully win a £10 stake there, or I can just scratch it off for £1.47 profit, and I'll do that. Okay, so we're still again, calm, collected, no panic, just reading the market. I wasn't quite sure in the beginning what was happening, but then I just used that to my advantage, and I got a nice little profit. So again, £10 stakes. Had I been using 50 or 20 or £30 stakes, then my profit would have been much bigger. But my confidence is there, and I can just trade quite peacefully, quite happily doing this. Okay, so I'll now move on to the next race.